You know what the worst part about losing yourself is? It's not the weight gain, it's not the job that you hate, it's not even the relationship that falls apart. It's realizing you killed parts of yourself to fit in. And you know those parts, they were the best parts. The aggressive part, the ambitious part, the part that didn't give a damn what people thought. And you killed them because someone told you they were too much, too intense, or too selfish, or too risky. And the crazy part is you did it to yourself. And now you're stuck. You're safe, you're comfortable, but you're walking around as a shell of who you used to be. You see, I've done this 3 times, and every single rebuild required me to reclaim the parts that I rejected. You see, most men think the problem is discipline or motivation or some external thing. But the real problem is that you rejected the best parts of yourself because someone told you they were bad. I mean, think about when you first started working corporate. You had all these ideas, creative solutions. You used to think, well, what if we tried this way? What if we did this differently? How would it look if we just maybe did this little thing? But every time that you brought something up, you just got shut down. And sorry, mate, it's not how we do things here. You need to follow the process, don't rock the boat. And so eventually you stopped. You just killed that part of yourself. And you told yourself it was growth. I'm being a team player, I'm maturing. But really, you were just slowly dying inside. Because corporate doesn't want your creativity. They just want your compliance. See, after 5, 10 years of that, you forget you even had those traits. You just become the guy who just does what he's told. He shows up, collects the paychecks, and then just goes home. And you wonder why you feel dead inside. But that's not even the worst one. See, you've got relationships. You used to have your own hobbies, your own goals, your own life. And now you're just her boyfriend. That's your identity. You stopped hanging out with your mates. You stopped going to the gym. You stopped working on your business because she needs attention. She needs time. She needs you to be available. And you tell yourself it's love. "Oh, I'm being a good partner. I'm compromising." But really, you're killing the independent part of yourself. And here's the thing. She probably fell for that guy, the one with his own life, not the guy who orbits around her 24/7. But you killed that part to fit in her world, to be safe, to be comfortable. And then you wonder why the spark's gone. Well, here's the one most men don't even realize they're doing. You're in your 30s. Let's say you're in your 30s now. Stable job, decent life on paper. But you used to be different. You used to take risks, try new things, say yes to adventure. And now it's just all about safety, security, playing it safe. Sorry, bro, I can't do that. I've got responsibilities. I've got bills, I've got mortgage. And look, sure, responsibilities are real. But, somewhere along the way, you just stopped being the guy who took chances. The guy who said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a crack. Let's try it out. Let's see where it takes us. The guy who lived. You killed that part because society told you to grow up. Be responsible. Be sensible. And now you're safe, comfortable, secure, but also bored. You're stuck. You're just wondering, is this it? Is this all there is? Yeah, I've done all these. I've done all 3 of these. Killed my ambition in corporate. Killed my independence in relationships. Almost let my pride stop me from taking opportunities that looked beneath me. And every single rebuild, it wasn't about becoming someone new. It was about bringing back the parts that I rejected. You see, here's what most men don't get. You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to integrate the parts that you once rejected. You see, society tells men to be soft, agreeable, safe. Don't be too aggressive. Don't be too ambitious. Don't take too many risks. And so you kill those parts. You end up suppressing them. But those parts, they're what make you powerful. You see, the aggression isn't toxic. It's drive. It's fire that makes you push when everyone else quits. The ambition isn't selfish. It's vision. It's the part that refuses to settle for average. And then you've got the independence. The independence isn't cold, it's strength. And the creativity, the risk taking, they're not reckless. They're the part of you that says, I'm capable of more. I can do more than this. I was born for more than this. You see, there's this concept called shadow work, bringing back the parts of yourself that you rejected. But I think about it differently. I think about it in terms of faith. You see, God doesn't just use your light, He uses your darkness as well. That aggression that you're feeling, that ambition, that independence, He gave you those for a reason. Not to suppress them, but to channel them. You see, I suppressed my ambition because I thought it was selfish. I suppressed my independence because I thought I was unloving. And I almost let my pride stop me from rebuilding because I thought certain opportunities were beneath me. But, every single time I've rebuilt, it's because I stopped rejecting those parts and started using them. You see, God doesn't bless your comfort, He blesses your obedience. And sometimes obedience means bringing back the parts of yourself you were told to kill. And look, just on a side note, if you're realizing you've been suppressing parts of yourself, I'll put together a free assessment. 2 minutes. It shows you which area to rebuild first. Links in the description if you want to tap in. Anyways, so how do you actually use this? Well, firstly, identify the parts that you killed. What did you suppress to fit in at your job, to keep your relationship, to make your family happy? See, for me, it was ambition, independence, pride. For you, it might be creativity, assertiveness, playfulness. You know what it is. You can feel it. Second, stop calling them bad. You see, your aggression isn't toxic. Your ambition isn't selfish. They become problems when you suppress them. But when you channel them, they're your power. Third, bring them back slowly. You don't go from corporate drone to full entrepreneur overnight, but you start saying yes to the things your pride wants to say no to. You start taking risks that your fear wants to avoid. You start building the life that your ambition wants instead of the life that everyone else expects. And eventually, you're not rebuilding, you're just being yourself again. So, look, here's what I want you to do this week. Write down one part of yourself that you killed to fit in. Not a skill, not a habit, a part of your personality. The aggressive part, the playful part, the ambitious part, the independent part. And then ask yourself, what would I do differently if I brought this part back? You don't have to act on it yet. Just write it down because the first step isn't action, it's awareness. You see, you can't reclaim what you don't acknowledge that you lost. Now look, I've put together resources that help me through all three of my rebuilds. Mentally, physically, socially. Now if you're stuck and you want the full framework, the links are in the description. So feel free to tap in. Anyways, hope you guys found value in this and let me know in the comments where you're at. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.